check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Not to be a farmer, but I wasn't what you consider normal. Never chose video games over writing a song, and I never been strong in arguing verbally, but murder niggas over a beat and a verse. See music in my bloodline. I mean the art form, not the good kind. Sucky punchlines, be on it, we on it. You never can be on it.
That was it.
You take it, you flaunt it, we take it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night. Please choose whichever is appropriate. This is Tex Greb. Whoops, my bad. This is Windex for Your Mind, coming to you live and direct from the Fortress of Solitude. Today's episode is dedicated to the cornerstone of combat, movement. First of all, I'm not trying to call anyone out. This is not a video intended to harm or insult, but it is a video that is intended to let us question why we do what we do. I've seen many of our YouTube videos where mostly everyone stands in one spot and shoots. While standing in one spot and shooting at an imaginary threat at a range that is temperature controlled, has a computer numeric keypad that you've dialed in a known distance, and you are being afforded the opportunity to carefully aim shots to one's leisure, and the end result being one ragged hole. This, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is a great exercise to build accuracy and trigger control. Knowing how to do these things is important, and honestly it's impressive and definitely an amazing display of marksmanship. But these circumstances are a far cry from reality. Please note that this would-be threat, it's not shooting back, it's not even moving. Granted, accuracy is an extremely important requirement in a gunfight or in any fight. I'll be the first one to agree that it is comforting to know that bullets go where you point the gun. But in the real world, a shootout is a time equals life scenario. Movement while shooting should never be overlooked in your training. In fact, it should be the next step in your journey. The world changes greatly when you incorporate movement, and attempting to maintain a reasonably acceptable sight picture is also important. While shooting becomes difficult while negotiating uneven surfaces such as rocks, pebbles, sand, snow, and the like, in short, getting off of the X, it can be quite difficult if not practice. And this is a good time for me to add that practice does not make perfect, but perfect practice does. If you've missed my point, this is a subtle request for all of us to get professional help and adjust our training. Being made aware of what one's shortcomings are whilst under fire is not the most opportune time to consider how movement could have prevented us from being shot. Thinking of adding movement to your shooting regimen while convalescing inside of a hospital bed is not a good thing, and it is my belief that one does not cogitate from the great beyond. Clearly, moving targets are harder to hit than stationary ones. I assume you are training for a gravest of situations. You need to ask yourself something. Ask yourself, why aren't I moving? I understand that many of us do not have our own personal ranges. Some public ranges prohibit rapid fire, some other ones also restrict movement due to liability. But if you have a friend and your friend has land, pay him. Coordinate a time to train, or better yet, find an instructor who will train you to do so. There are many qualified instructors who train this way, and if you cannot find one, I happen to know one. PM me, please. This is Windex for Your Mind, signing off, and remember, stay safe.
But my teacher always told me not to interrupt the speech, so I would always get detention during luncheon in my seat. I would write, then recite, they be quoting my schemes, and other rappers won a battle by the soda machines. Who got 5 on it, put some dough in my jeans. Who would have thought spitting flows would then grow into my dreams?